What particular attribute or political philosophy makes you a better representative than your opponents in District 1? You have 2 minutes.
I've always focused on being a problem solver. I seek to identify where the problems are, and I focus on how to solve them with a team, with teams of people. I don't think inside of a box. I see solutions that other people often don't even consider. I'm a trained manager. I've had a considerable amount of training at the highest levels in management. I'm a skilled negotiator. I set up and used to represent the Cable and Wireless Staff Bargaining Unit, and I have negotiated with the chairman of Cable and Wireless personally. That's the top man in the company. He happened to come to Anguilla, and we had a dispute with the company over our pay, and he ended up being involved in it during his visit, and I got him to approve a pay increase ranging from 49 to 160% for the staff of Cable and Wireless. Never been done anywhere else in the history of Cable and Wireless. I'm also a caring person. I look out for people. I hate to see anybody taken disadvantaged. I believe in justice. I'm a strong believer in justice. I hate to see unfairness, and I will walk my fingers to the bone to stop injustice wherever I find it. I've spoken and held discussions with world leaders. I've argued with the Prime Minister of the Netherlands Antilles about his policies in that country, and I've spoken with several other regional leaders and people in similar positions. I have a strong record of achievement. I forced the termination of the Cable and Wireless monopoly in Anguilla because I was convinced it was damaging Anguilla, and I founded a company that is standing up and competing with Cable and Wireless and Digicel, 2 global juggernauts.
Thank you, Mr. Marsh.
And I know I can continue to do this on behalf of the people.
Thank you. Mr. Harrigan, what particular attribute or political philosophy makes you a better representative than your opponents in District 1?
I would simply say my continued effort over 30 years as an educator, both in Anguilla for 8 years, in Antigua where I did teacher training for 2 years, in St. Thomas where I worked for 4 years as a math professor, and the States in New York for over 20 years. The mind, the brain is a difficult thing to understand, and we as educators have a fundamental right to expand the horizons of people, their thinking. So I say to this gathering here that in the words of Alfred Douglas, if there's no education, there's no progress. In Anguilla, no matter what walls you build, if you don't build walls that our students can interpret, if you don't do things to educate them, uplift them, then we have failed. Civilization depends on it, humanity depends on it. My point of difference is my history in education, which has been a successful one.
Thank you, Mr. Harrigan. Ms. Webster, what particular attribute or political philosophy makes you a better representative than your opponents in District 1?
Madam Moderator, I believe that the thing that distinguishes me in District 1 is that I really care. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm really a daughter of the soil of Island Harbor. I've lived and stayed there all my life, and other than being at school, I've never been anywhere else. I care about the sufferings of my people. I care about the lack of progress in District 1, and I care about the future that's ahead for our children. And that, I believe, is the overriding reason why I'm standing. In terms of my political philosophy, I believe that District 1 needs quality representation. We need capable leaders. We need a representative who has a history, who understands business, who understands law, who understands the Constitution, who understands what is involved in really representing people and being their voice. And I think that uniquely qualifies me because that's been my entire experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Webster.